Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're all doing well. We've just stepped into Venus Retrograde today, October 5th. That's when I'm filming this right here. And of course, depending on where it is you reside in the world, there could be a little bit of a shift in timing of when Venus goes retrograde exactly. I decided to do a special little series here for everyone, all the 12 signs, to see how the energies will be moving through for this particular Venus retrograde period. And that's going to be about the 5th of October leading up into the 16th, even the 18th of November. Okay, so let's see here what will be in store for each of the signs, energetically moving through. And always remember that, energy is fluid and it may resonate a few days before exactly when a time sets in, and a few days after you may find even that, energies can fluctuate months and weeks prior or after. Always take it as you will. Timing can be different for everyone, even years. So let's get right into it here for everyone. And also keep in mind that there's so many factors in the birth chart, that can influence how a certain energy is moving through our birth chart and what it is that, let's say, we're channeling or experiencing at a certain time. So, and it's always a matter of perception, so take it as you will. And I'm back to mention this as well, right before we jump in here. Venus, speaks to matters of love, art, partnership, harmony, beauty, finances as well, material assets, goods, hobbies, and talents as well. So wherever it is that, let's say, Venus sits in your personal chart, there could be a focus on how these energies may be moving through. You may want to watch your Venus sign. You may find that it resonates a whole lot with matters of love, art, partnership, harmony, beauty, again, finances, so on and so forth, material assets and goods. You may find during the retrograde period that the energy is related to, again, wherever it is that your Venus is sitting in your personal chart, even by way of house or planetary influence and placement, sign, so on and so forth, can be coming full circle in a certain way back around the mountain. You may be meeting people from the past, certain experiences from the past may be sort of bubbling up again for review in some kind of way, similar to retrograde of Mercury, but speaking to Venusian topics and concepts. Let's get on with it here for you. All signs here. We're going to be going briefly through each one of you, and we'll start here. Hi there, Taurus. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love and light to you here. Enjoy this period. I'm hearing specifically of Venus retrograde, whatever that may mean in particular for you. I'm hearing for who it's bringing back around the mountain your way. There's a focus perhaps on a pleasant surprise. The Justice card here coming through as I'm beckoned to capitalize on it. I just did Capricorn's reading. You may be dealing with matters related to career, finances around this time that are well, we were working, I'm hearing, with that one, I'm hearing, resource, and now we're going to be really, I'm hearing, perhaps drawing up a contract as it pertains to how we want to be really working with it, really working with it in the future. And this can be speaking to also a partnership that we feel has a certain potential, that we want to perhaps capitalize on. This can be in the form of, let's say, a love letter. It could be in the form of also a message. I'm hearing a mission that we want to really get a move on with in a certain way. Perhaps also it can be personified as a certain way of progressing through. I'm hearing matters and concepts and topics of marriage. How do we even want to, let's say, open up the conversation of marriage and so on and so forth. And the feeling that I'm getting for you here, I'm hearing Capricorn, Taurus, is that we don't want to talk about things, the Hermit upright, mirroring the Judgment card upright with the Ace of Cups in reverse. We don't want to talk about things in ways that make what we're talking about like a conversation that is somewhat feels like a potluck. It's I don't want to feel like I'm in the cafe with them. I'm hearing cutting corners around the book that we're writing together. It's I don't want to have to feel like I don't feel comfortable also talking to them about something that is going to be, let's say, created in the future. And you want to, as I'm getting it, open up that conversation very carefully, Taurus. I'm hearing Capricorn again. It's what it is that, let's say, I've been working on that I want to make super official. I want to perhaps even write a certain, I'm hearing command, line of command. I'm hearing code as well to accompany it. I'm hearing contractually. There could be a focus on legal matters here for a number of you. Let us, though, get a few more cards out for you, Taurus, and see how the energies move through. And again, this is your Venus retrograde period reading. All right, Venus speaks to matters of love, art, partnership, harmony, beauty. It is your ruler, Taurus. And I just caught sight of your own card associated with, there we go, the Hierophant. Associated with Taurus in the major arcana, the Hierophant here, barking. I'm hearing barking and preaching. I'm hearing also bleaching the bedroom sheets. I'm hearing walls and windows, whatever that may mean in particular for a number of you. Okay, I'm hearing to the conversation. There's something that we may really be feeling, and not necessarily in any particular way. I always take it as you will. But to the conversation that we feel we are really, I'm hearing, going to be holding up for quite some time. It's like, I'm not going to be just, I'm hearing ordering seafood, I'm hearing, and sunshine, whatever that may mean for you, every night. I'm hearing of the show. I'm not just going to be ordering, I'm hearing also olives on a silver platter to be picked, and I'm hearing pocketed, whatever that may mean for you. I'm hearing at every start of the storyline, whatever that means. It's like, I don't want it to be something that, let's say, I invest in, but that I don't find friends in as well. And it's like, I'm seeing for a number of you, it's like, I keep paying for this membership. I'm hearing on Hudu, Hudu, Hulu, whatever that may be for a number of you. Like something that, let's say, you pay for, I'm hearing prescription. That just doesn't, like, pop the party poppers in the right way for me. It's like, I don't want to be like feeling like I have to, I'm hearing, have the remote control in my hand, like in every given moment that I'm hearing surprising my audience as well, whatever the maybe and I'm seeing like someone who's like really annoyed. Actually, I'm seeing somebody who's like sitting almost, I'm seeing like a professor as well, or someone who's presenting something with like they're sitting like giving a PowerPoint presentation, and it's like, I'm hearing, what am I actually investing in right now in this moment? I'm hearing, and who's taking what from it? And it's like, if I've been, let's say, even ordering hors d'oeuvres, I'm hearing to a company, I'm hearing the children in the chat room, I'm hearing chat box. It's like, I'm hearing, why am I paying for this? I'm hearing specifically for a number of you. And you may kind of be thinking, well, is this really something that I want to be managing? I'm hearing also directing, the managing director of, and there could be a focus on what holds value for you in a certain way, and what goes in and what goes out can also be a certain traction point as you may perceive it for what it is that is holding long-term potential. Okay, let me take a sip of water, 1 second. I'm hearing gauge the tempo here, the Two of Pentacles with the Emperor, gauge, I'm hearing gauge. Someone is really, I'm hearing, super interested in something that you're offering them. For a number of you, this may have to do with an Aries who had some kind of I'm hearing attraction to the, I'm hearing to the table, I'm hearing that you work at, whatever that means for you, had some sort of also way of talking, I'm hearing about it, where it's like they were interested in you, but then they like came up to you and started talking about your teaching skills. Like, I'm hearing specifically for a number. It's like, oh, I love the way that you really taught that class today. It really was super I'm hearing well-timed, well thought out, and they're like giving you compliments on things that have like no, I'm hearing emotional value to them, and you're like, oh, thank you so much. Like, that's great. Like, thank you for that compliment. I'm hearing on the 4-leaf clover that was sitting in the corner of the room. It's like, but what are you trying to actually open up here? I'm hearing specifically about, and there could be the 5 of Cups in reverse. I'm hearing the 3 of Pentacles upright. I'm hearing, what is our mission though? The Fool in reverse. What is the magic as well that we realize we are in charge of making by way of what we are communicating about, by way of what we're making very clear for our audience as well. What it is that we are, I'm hearing the pilot, I'm hearing piloteer of the entrancement for, and I'm hearing this vision. It's like, what is it that we are actually leading, I'm hearing, our audience into experiencing as well? And you may really be in charge of that, Taurus. It's like, I'm not just going to be, I'm hearing, speaking every night about stories that can't be told. I'm hearing after the breakfast hour. It's like, I want there to be something that really sits, I'm hearing, and settles in the minds of those who I work with, those who I also teach. And you may feel like I want there to be maybe a further step. I'm hearing innuendo or two as well that I want to take to the talk with me, whatever that may mean in particular for you. It's like, I want to spice things up as well, as I'm getting it for a number of you here, Taurus. Okay, let us see what comes through for you in this period of October 5th to the 16th to 18th of November. And again, right, this is Mercury retrograde period, Venus retrograde period. I'm back going to take my hair down. Oh, Taurus, okay. But not all the way. It's like I'm beckoned to kind of like switch around how I have it. I'm hearing branding, rebranding. Oh my gosh, it's so interesting. It's like I'm seeing like someone who is like a teacher of a certain course or class, and it's like they would teach certain materials in a certain way to their audience, and they would market it perhaps in a certain way as well. And then I'm seeing them like come into class the next day, and it's like, did you see? I'm hearing I'm hearing Weiner. I'm hearing also. I'm hearing. I'm hearing Walkman. I'm hearing Walkman. Did you see how she actually like walked into the room this time today? It's like there's something that has been I'm hearing counted here that has really been very carefully planned out. For a number of you, this is a proposal that you may be getting ready to present to someone, that someone may be getting ready to present to you. The Hierophant cometh, rule, looking back at the Father of Cups. Like, I'm hearing, I see the way that you wish about me. To whisper your name, I'm hearing, even when it's the coldest of winter nights, and I don't want to have to wink at you to tell you that ever again, whatever that may mean in particular for you, Taurus. I'm hearing someone is really, I'm hearing taking the time, and it may be you here absolutely, to turn the head that you want to turn your way. Okay, the Daughter of Cups and the Son of Cups facing one another right over here, the Hierophant. It's like I'm hearing, it's like I don't want to have to whisper the way that I want to challenge the world that we've been working in to this point. And I'm not seeing it as like the world for a number of you. I'm seeing it as like kind of like the work. I'm hearing the type of space, let's say, that we have been operating through in the past that just doesn't wake us up in the right way in the morning anymore. It's like I don't want to have to like write you a post-it note letter that tells you that I'm waiting for you. And it's like I want to feel that you are I'm hearing finally ready to I'm hearing flamingo with the Magician, mirroring the Seven of Cups in reverse, the Son of Swords, mirroring here the world. Sandwiching. Okay, something though about the orientation of the Son of Swords is like I'm imagining it as like a tango. I'm hearing salsa dancer, who is like supposed to be in the show. Okay, they're on the list. I'm hearing they're up next, in fact, and they're supposed to present something, perhaps, as I'm hearing for a number of you, and a certain way, whatever that may sort of mean for a number of you. But it's like I'm almost seeing two individuals who like are to go on stage. I'm hearing Aries, full moon in Aries, whatever that may mean for a number of you. And the feeling is that it's like two individuals go on stage. I'm seeing one older, one like as a child almost. And it's like, here, let's go. Okay, here we go. And like they open the curtain and they're walking out. And the person who's leading the event or leading, let's say, the two, or this individual onto the stage is like, like walking out, like thinking that the other person is following, but the other person has like turned around and like gone backstage and is like, no. I'm hearing, I don't know. I'm hearing how my hair looks really though. I'm hearing, and I'm so interesting because I'm seeing it as like a bird, right? The owl on the Sun of Swords card. And take a very close look here at this card. It's like there's something here. Here, take another look. I'm back into like not lay a finger on any part of the bird. It's like there's something that perhaps they feel has a certain way of presenting itself that they're not prepared for. It's like there's something that they want to present that they're not. I'm hearing it's like, I don't feel like I can really present it in the way that I would want it to be perceived. And it's a very particular, I'm hearing, message. It's a very particular, even like peculiarity, where it's like others around them are like, look, you just have to dance, I'm hearing on stage. And they're like, no, but I'm hearing it's a matter of how my feathers find their focus. and everybody's looking at them like, well, you're a bird. I'm hearing your feathers are your feathers, and they don't have flyaways. I'm hearing specifically for a number of you. It's like the feathers I'm hearing are in the future, though. I'm hearing specifically related to this individual, as they may feel it, and it's like, no, I'm hearing this is my hairdo, I'm hearing, and it's how I dance, whatever that may mean. I'm just looking for the Taurus. Okay, we're back now. Somebody, we're saying, is incredibly careful with the way that they communicate, I'm getting as well, to their audience. It's like, no, I'm hearing, I can't have my, I'm hearing future boyfriend as well out of focus in the audience that is being filmed while I'm dancing. Whoa there. Someone is so sensitive, I'm hearing as well, to how everything sounds and is perhaps sounded out, pronounced. And this, they may be a linguist here for a number of you. Someone who's a very skilled talker, very like knows how to hold, I'm hearing, the captivation of an audience as well, but they have their way of turning heads that is not, I'm hearing, timed in any way as well, where it's like, okay, I'm hearing it's 1, 2, 3, I'm hearing dance your way on stage, and it's like, no, I'm hearing, I don't use, I'm hearing time like everyone uses time. It's like the way that I tap dance is going to be something that you are going to talk about after, not as a dance that's tapped to. And it's like, I am going to also define the way that others may be perceiving my own work. And in order for that to be the case, I've got to understand how exactly I connect with relaying that message in that way that I see myself remembering it as. And the focus for you is on what you want to be projecting, Taurus. It's like, if this is my vision, if this is my value, I'm hearing as well, that I want to be communicating, how is it that the way I'm presenting it is qualifying, and I'm hearing quantifying as well, the value in and of itself. I'm hearing that speaks through. I'm hearing the volume of my work. I'm hearing also my hair. There's a focus on hair, perhaps in particular. It's like, I feel like my hairstyle has I'm hearing a touch of class and elegance to it that just needs to be, I'm hearing, tempered with until it really, I'm hearing, has its own time. I'm hearing tabled to it as well. It's like, I feel like perhaps through my performance, I'm seeing for a number of you, it's like, I know the way that my hair, let's say, talks through the performance. I'm hearing specifically. It's like, in the beginning, my hair looks like this, and then in the middle of the talk, it ends up looking something like that. And I want to make sure that there is a certain I'm hearing fantasy that's reached in terms of how it is that I'm hearing emotions are also relayed through I'm hearing my chest. I'm hearing my chest hair, but take it as you want. It could be taken, perceived in a number of ways, Taurus. I'm hearing, let's get silly with it though a little bit, okay? The 7 of Cups in reverse and 9 of Swords upright. Take it as you will, Taurus. You may be dealing with someone who like is really like, if this is you being picky, I'm hearing like, I don't want to have olives on my plate of emotion, whatever that may mean in particular for you, whatever that may mean in particular for a number of you. Someone may really be looking at you and like, Taryn, I'm hearing Taryn, Taryn. Taryn, I'm hearing Tareen, also Tarika. Like, I'm seeing someone like almost pronouncing your name in like 3 different ways. It's like they don't know like exactly the level and the degree of like, I'm hearing attention you place to certain details, and it's like they're looking at you like, why aren't you telling us what you want to talk about yet? Why are you not also using the clock that we're giving you? And you're like, look, okay, I don't have, I'm hearing time to even explain that because I'm not even working, I'm hearing with that audience, whatever that may mean for you. Someone may have a different vision, okay, of what they see you're actually creating or working to. And I'm seeing this as being your own energy, the Son of Swords, but again, take it as well, can be the energy of anyone, of another. It's like you want to make a market that you build by way of the awareness of you have over how you carry your craft out. And again, that's something very deliberate, and no one else, as you may perceive it in that moment of presentation, or I mean, crew members may really like understand that. They may be like, we don't really understand like why she's trimming her hair like that in the office. I'm hearing in the Oval Office, whatever that may mean. It's like, why does she feel compelled or that she needs to, let's say, take, I'm hearing the razor, I'm hearing to her chest, whatever that may mean for number. It's like again, chest hair, something to do about, let's say, how something is broadcasted. I'm hearing specifically, I'm not sure what that relates to as in chest hair, but the chest specifically and hair in particular relates to the archetype of Leo, the 5th house in the zodiac chart. And they're being, right, this focus here. If you look at the figure 8 on the chest of this magician, it's like there's a focus on projection, right? And Leo speaks of projection in a way that is really public, right? So let's say people who've got a lot of Leo in their chart, strong 5th house, strong sun placement as well, can be really dynamic in the way that they want to present something, and very also want to have a very independent way of doing that. It's like, what does it mean to present something? It means to present and represent what it is that I am presenting. So I'm hearing children challenge. It's like someone may have a really like, I'm hearing rowdy mouth as well. It's like, I don't want to be. I'm hearing just any, I'm hearing Brock Mueller, whatever that may mean for a number of you. I don't want to just be one of the Brady Bunch kids. Okay, I'm hearing, I want to have braids that don't look like braids. I'm hearing specifically. I want to feel like I am braiding my hair as well. Somebody's really like, something about hair, I'm telling you here, Taurus. I'm hearing Virgo as well. And the Hermit here is perpendicular to the Son of Swords. All right. 7 of Cups in reverse. But yet again, we want to, and this card I had pulled right here when I said, let's get silly with it, right? 7 of Cups in reverse in the same position. And you've got the 6 of Cups that's horizontally laid, diagonally laid to the 7 of Cups. There's something that we want to perhaps find a happy medium with. We want to communicate with others on the point of that finds a solution that feels like it's found its place. And it's like, I don't want to feel also, I'm here for a number of you, it's like you may have felt that there was such a long cycle, a long journey of finding the form I'm hearing that you want to focus on, carrying out, communicating on, the Ace of Cups. It's like, well, what is it that I actually want to be creating? How is it that I'm going to be also, I'm hearing anticipating that reaction from my audience, and also in terms of, well, when I'm giving that speech, how am I going to be feeling in that moment, and what exactly is that going to be eliciting for me as a, I'm hearing a memory, and the focus perhaps being on where you want to take that, Taurus. And that may also be a point of contemplation here for you as it pertains to the like how I'm strategizing, communicating what it is that I am. Okay, 5 of Cups in reverse, 3 of Cups in reverse. I'm hearing the challenge is the challenge that we imagine. I'm hearing in the home of the heart and the heart of the home, whatever that may mean for you. It's like, I don't want to be like, I'm hearing impacting my expression. I'm hearing, and the value that I place on it, just because there is a heartbeat to the way that I communicate my emotions. It's like, I don't want the way that I communicate or what I communicate to be, I'm hearing, to become like a practice routine. I'm hearing also almost as well. It's like, I don't want the way that I communicate and what I communicate to be also I'm hearing recognized as something that I don't really want to create a dynamic with. It's like I don't want also to communicate in ways that, or to communicate something that then is created as the communicated concept of what I'm communicating. And it's like this, of course. It's like I'm hearing, I'm hearing be a child again. I don't want to have to, in whatever way that meant for you, always take it as you will. I don't want to have to, I'm hearing clap my hands at every chorus just because I'm hearing I operate in the classroom like that. Whatever that may mean. I don't want to have to be, let's say, I'm seeing someone who is an industry leader also in a creative, let's say, industry. And it's like, I don't want to have to be like I'm hearing commander-in-chief, I'm hearing Powell here, of my own commentary, just because, let's say, I want to communicate about this topic. It's like, I don't want it to have to be something where I also am expected to uphold a certain conversation with certain individuals just because I'm, let's say, opening up this this room for discourse. I'm hearing at a certain discussion table. And it's like, yet again, it's like if you're communicating something also emotional, Taurus, the feeling I'm getting for you is that you don't want that to get like complicated in a way that carries over into other, I'm hearing classrooms, dimensions as well of your work, the Ace of Pentacles, because you're coming through with a whole new landline, I'm hearing, for your performance. Or it could be focused on translocation, moving spaces, trading spaces, I'm hearing as well. Perhaps even work environments with a certain individual, the Hermit here in reverse. The Hierophant upright, looking up at the Hermit. Okay, well, we're going to close it right out here, Taurus, for you. The World in reverse, the Emperor upright, and the Four of Wands upright. I'm hearing temperature with the Four of Wands. There's something that you may feel, I'm presenting this, I'm preparing for this, but how is it that what I'm presenting is feeling, I'm hearing alive in the space that I dream of it first? And how is it that I am engaging with that feeling? And how is it that I'm placing a value on that feeling as well, in a way that then makes clear for me who I want to, let's say, include in or invest in that space, what it is that I feel is relevant for me also physically, in terms of also the environment that I work in, what is a resource that I want to really capacitate, that I really want to, I'm hearing eliminate as well, what is challenging, what is not, let's say, a point of stability for me that I want to set the stage with. And getting really clear on, I was just thinking about the Tower card, the Tower in reverse, the Sun of Wands in reverse, looking back at the Five of Pentacles. You're clearing out, you're getting really clear on, Taurus, what and who may be a source of stability. I'm hearing revenue for you as well. How it is that you engage with these individuals or these places, these situations, in a way that brings absolute, I'm hearing clarity to you in terms of how you see yourself operating in this space in the future down the line. And you may be introducing yourself in a totally new way. I'm hearing again rebranding. It's like remarketing. It's like, oh yeah, the Death card, looking over the Father of Pentacles, over at the Daughter of Cups, making parting ways with both heroes. I'm hearing heroines in the last story. I'm hearing, and this is not something we're going to be serving hostess at, whatever that may mean in particular for you. It's like, this is a major, I'm hearing event that is very, very, I'm hearing serious for a number of you, that you want to perhaps really, I'm hearing commemorate in all of the right ways, with all of the right, I'm hearing notes, I'm hearing and wishes on that, I'm hearing font, I'm hearing of the letter that the message is written in. It's like there's something that you really want to communicate in a way that really makes your audience aware of the dimension of change and the degree of transformation that this experience is reflecting as for you. And again, there may be a focus here on the physicality to that. There may be a focus on how you present what it is that you do. And I'm seeing you being very excited, very, also it's very, I'm hearing enlivening, also a sense of replenishment with how you are carrying out this character. And I'm seeing it as happening in a way that is also, it's like, I'm seeing it something to do with like hair, but I'm seeing also in terms of how you, I'm hearing Harry Styles, how it is that you are communicating about, and take it as you will, always can be taken, perceived, interpreted in a matter of ways, always a matter of perception. Take it as you will, Taurus. I'm hearing Capricorn here with the Four of Cups in reverse. There is a certain idea that we really, again, want to capitalize on. I'm hearing the storyline that tells itself through how we tell it physically yet again, and there can be a focus on how we publicize our work. Thank you so much for tuning in, Taurus. Love and light to here. Enjoy this period. And I'm hearing as well that there could be a focus on how it is that you characterize how you want to perform. I'm hearing carry out your work into the future. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love and light to you here, and have a beautiful Venus retrograde period. Love and light to you all as you move into this period of, again, perhaps reconnecting with what held a certain space for you physically as well in the past. And I'm hearing specifically related to the archetype of Sagittarius. You may want to check out that sign video, excuse me, Taurus, if that may be a focus for you, what it is that, let's say, you were physically involved in. I'm back going to mention this as well. Wherever you have Sagittarius in your chart, there could be a focus on how you are channeling these energies physically as well. And if you don't know, let's say, how your planets are aligned, you can click the link below in the description box, whatever. But Taurus, I'm hearing as well that there's a focus on perhaps how it is that you are holding, I'm hearing, the space for this experience. And on a certain level, in a certain way, that may be related to, I'm hearing, the physical embodiment of the, I'm hearing, act and the emotion. But at the same time, there being a focus on the aura to the emotion itself. And how is it that, let's say, what it is that I'm feeling is somewhat, I'm hearing spatially sort of supported as well. How is it that, let's say, what it is that I'm sharing is being, I'm hearing understood on an energetic, emotional level in the space that I'm, let's say, holding it in. And I'm seeing you, Taurus, as being, I'm hearing the captor of that vision, and how it is that you see yourself carrying out a certain mission. I'm hearing a certain variable as well to your work that you feel it's like, this is something that I can't just go on stage and wing. It's like, I've got to ensure that I am working with my vision on an energetic level of how it is that I am impressing my own self as the audience of my own vision on an energetic level. I'm not seeing you like looking at yourself. I'm not necessarily, take it as you will. And always a matter of perception, right? What it is that we're looking at, take it as you will, right? But how it is that I'm hearing reflections, and maybe a reflective experience for you, how it is that I am merging, I'm hearing mirroring with what I want to bring into manifestation and fruition. And how do I do that? It's a matter of understanding, as I'm getting it for you, Taurus, what it is that I am actually feeling in that moment. I'm hearing, is that what I'm working with? Is the emotion what I'm working with as the motive of what I'm creating? Is what it is that I am also motivated by emotionally, energetically, as a vision, that which constitutes how I present it? And I'm getting for a number of you here that there may be a focus on how you perceive the variables that say that you feel you're speaking or representing, or what it is that you're speaking on behalf of or speaking about even. It's like, how do I talk about these things and also sort of hold a certain space around them as it pertains to what I am feeling in relation to them. And I'm seeing you almost like having a certain relationship with what it is that you are presenting, and how it is, let's say, that you are embodying that, or that relationship may be a focus here. I'm hearing faster with the High Priestess, who's looking over at the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords in reverse, the Daughter of Swords in reverse, the Empress in reverse. Someone may be pressuring, or maybe there may be the feeling of a whole lot of pressure to make a certain major, I'm hearing, move here as it pertains to what it is that we want to be creating physically, perhaps, or how it is that we want to be physically representing a certain project. There could be a focus on an Aries individual or an air sign as well. You've got the Temperance card looking over at the Two of Swords. I'm hearing blowing the whistle, blowing the horn as well. It's like they may be really challenging or really trying to stimulate you to talk about things in a certain timely fashion, and you're like, look, I'm hearing, I don't follow, I'm hearing the obstacle course, okay, of any venture. I am and for a number of you, this may be related to carrying a certain business through, productivity may be related, but I'm hearing again here that there's perhaps a focus on, I'm hearing the who, the Doctor who may be making certain, I'm hearing emotions and certain also creative mediums relevant. And it's like, okay, well, if that's something that, let's say, you're considering to be a value, how is it that I am emotionally charging it with my own vision? And there could be a focus here on collaboration, but I'm not seeing it as something that you really want to like collaborate. It's like, this is not something that we, let's say, find a solution on. It's not a problem, it's just a prerogative. And I have to find mine in this project. And I have to really communicate that in a way that is not just, I'm hearing a standardized sort of discussion. It's something that, let's say, has a certain priority to it as well that I feel I've got to channel. I'm hearing specifically from everybody. It's like there could be another dimension of like almost, it's like this. If somebody is like telling you, okay, why don't you go give the talk? You're like, okay, but I'm channeling, I'm channeling, and I have to engage my audience, I'm hearing children, in a way that is not just like, I'm hearing special in terms of the stars in the sky on that night, take it as you will, but in terms of what I feel is also being challenged in that space by way of being communicated. And for you, that again may be related to a certain character that you are able to uphold, and that, Taurus, for you may be related to energetically what you're processing, what you're going through, what you're experiencing. And again, it's like that may be something that you want to sort of present, I'm hearing, in a very specific way. Okay, thank you so much again for tuning in. Love and light to you, Taurus. Enjoy this period, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hi there, Taurus. One more little note before we trail it out here. I'm getting this sort of feeling for you of there being a focus on how it is that, let's say, you're channeling certain assets and resources in a certain period at a certain time. And there may be a focus on, let's say, what it is that you are creating in a certain way, being somewhat happening at the same, in a similar way, but in a different sort of path as another. And the feeling is almost like, how is it that, let's say, I'm creating in these dynamic ways, in perhaps investing of my energy and my time and my resources in perhaps different directions, quote unquote, what may seem to be different, but in a way that is going to be eventually, I'm hearing streamlined, I'm hearing strategized, is eventually also to be made very clear, perhaps to a public communicatively. So for a number of you, there could be a focus on how what it is that you're creating physically is eventually to be also brought out, I'm hearing, clearly, and I'm hearing in a communicative way to your audience. Okay, so thank you so much again for tuning in towards Love and Light to you here. Enjoy this period. And for a number of you, there could be a focus as well on what it is you're making really official, really formal. I'm seeing it almost like I'm going to be writing out, I'm hearing, on behalf of the biography of my work, or the projects that I'm working on, or what it is that, let's say, is being created, or what I'm, let's say, desiring, what is going to be presented to a certain audience. And so the feeling is like, well, how am I also going to be speaking out about that? Maybe researching certain terminologies, not necessarily researching in this period, let's say, as I'm getting it for a number of you, but really working on, let's say, thinking about, keeping in mind the prospective process of, let's say, also legalizing a certain process that you're taking on creatively, again, dynamically. I'm hearing related to sourcing your work. I'm hearing creative medium. There may be a focus on how it is that you are deciding eventually to take on that also communicative process. And you may be thinking of, well, okay, eventually I'm hearing, if I'm creating in this way, if I'm using this creative medium, how is it that that's going to be something that can also be very clearly spoken of, and very, very clearly also very clearly discussed, perhaps even as a topic. And so for a number of you, there could be a focus on how what it is that you're creating is going to eventually be opening up, or be opened in a space that is to be made very, let's say, strategic or clear to your audience. Thank you so much again for tuning in towards Love and Light to you here. Enjoy this period, and I'll see you soon. Bye.